I've been married to Ethan for 5 years. But now, he has changed. Holding his new lover in his arms, he hurled insults at me. Leela, you're such a greedy, shameless woman. Later, despite my pregnancy, he forced me to drink, causing me to lose the baby. I lost all hope, but then he knelt at my feet, begging for forgiveness. Chapter 1. Ethan, are you coming home tonight? The phone took forever to connect, and when it did, the background was filled with loud music and laughter, creating a chaotic scene. Hey, Ethan! Your wife's calling again. Checking up on you, huh? Nothing kills the mood more than a woman asking questions when we're in the middle of a good time. Tell her to come here too. The more, the merrier. Laughter erupted again before Ethan's cold voice cut through. Paradise Bar. Come here. The call ended abruptly. When I arrived at the bar, just as I was about to push the door open, I heard Ethan's voice. Her! Just the sight of her face makes me sick. Oh look, the wife is here. Ethan glanced at me, his eyes icy. Tacky. Did you dress like this on purpose to disgust me? The girl in his arms giggled, leaning closer to him. Come on, Ethan, don't be mad. Just look at me. Ethan slid his hand under Sophie's dress, lifting her chin to kiss her tenderly. You little vixen, you're the only one who really cares about me. Tell me who looks better, me or Mrs. Ethan. Of course, you do. She's just a washed-up hag. Sophie giggled, kissing him again. My heart clenched with pain, but I forced myself to look away. It wasn't until 5 in the morning that the party began to wind down. Realizing Ethan had no intention of coming home with me, I stood up to leave on my own. As I passed them, Sophie, drunk, stumbled and started whining. Suddenly, Ethan rushed over and shoved me to the ground. What the hell is your problem? He helped Sophie up, glaring down at me. He thought I had pushed her. I hadn't even had the chance to explain before he turned and walked away. Chapter 2. As I left the bar, dawn was breaking. I decided to walk home. Mom. Upon entering, I saw Grace, Ethan's mother, lounging on the sofa, munching on fruit. Her sharp gaze landed on me, and she scoffed. Out all night, huh? Anyone would think you were off cheating. I went out to buy some things. Did you not see the fruit was gone? I shot back. You're always causing trouble. I don't understand why Ethan married you in the first place. Years have gone by, and still no baby. It's no wonder Ethan doesn't want to come home. Each word stung like a slap. I didn't want to hear more. Mom, I'm tired. I'm going upstairs. Grace kept ranting. Can't I scold you a bit? What attitude is that? You're infuriating. I collapsed onto the bed, finally noticing the dull ache from bruises on my knee. Then, a familiar ringtone startled me. Doctor, how is my mom? Miss Chow, don't worry. Your mother is recovering well. I just wanted to remind you about the payment. Okay, I'll transfer the money tomorrow. I lay back on the bed, thinking about how to ask Ethan for money. Night fell, and I got up, changing into a pure white nightgown after a shower. Just as I was about to call Ethan, I heard voices downstairs. Grace must have complained to Ethan about me, making him come home. Good, that saves me the trouble of making excuses to call him back. Can you stop clashing with my mom all the time? Ethan kicked the door open, his voice icy. I walked over and hugged him. Ethan. He ran his hand over my shoulder. Wow, the sun must be rising in the west today. Why so proactive? I didn't respond, my hands trembled slightly from tension. Ethan picked me up and pressed me onto the bed. His fierce kisses overwhelmed me, the scent of tobacco and mixed perfumes making my stomach churn. I felt like a small boat tossed in a storm, unprepared for this sudden intimacy after so long. Ethan, slow down. Ethan bit my collarbone. Isn't this what you wanted? Can't handle it? With more intense movements, pleasure surged and I lost consciousness. In a haze, I seemed to hear Ethan softly calling my name. Leela, Leela, I love you. When I woke the next day, my body ached and Ethan was already up. I spoke softly. Ethan, can you give me some money? Ethan turned, glaring at me. I knew it being this forward was just about money. He gripped my neck, his eyes dark and unreadable. Leela, don't you find this disgusting? I closed my eyes, tears streaming down my cheeks. Such a fake. Ethan stood up, tossed a card at me from his bag, and left without looking back. Chapter 3. Since that day, I hadn't seen Ethan. All I got were frequent friend requests, along with intimate photos of Ethan with different girls. I turned off my phone and headed to the nursing home. Ever since the car accident 5 years ago, Mom had been living there. Her memory was hazy and her emotions were unstable, but she was getting better little by little. How are you today, Mom? I asked, sitting down beside her. My Leela's here. I've missed you so much. You haven't come to see me in ages. She pouted, childishly complaining. I held her hand and smiled at her. How are you and Ethan doing? I didn't expect her to bring up Ethan. This morning, I had seen photos of Ethan kissing a girl dressed in a maid's outfit. I forced a smile and nodded. Just then, the door creaked open and I froze. If you didn't come today, I was going to have to come and drag you here myself. The man standing in front of me, in a white coat, walked in with a warm smile. What are you doing here? Mom answered before he could. Nathan is a doctor here, he takes great care of me. I forced a weak smile. As I watched Nathan give my mom her routine checkup, memories of the past surfaced. One early Friday evening during senior year, Nathan had been helping my mom prep vegetables in the kitchen. His school uniform was bathed in the soft golden glow of the setting sun, and he made Mom laugh so much. Everything felt peaceful back then. But now everything was different. After Nathan was called away, I picked up the kettle to fetch some water. Just as I reached the door, it was flung open with a violent push. Ethan stood there, his dark eyes locked on me. Leela! Are you spending my money on some lover behind my back? My face went pale. Instinctively, I tried to pull him outside. But Ethan gripped my hand tightly. I knew it. You never got over him. I whispered through gritted teeth. Ethan, let's talk outside. You're bringing this to the hospital? You really have no shame, do you? Is that Nathan's voice I hear? Mom's voice shattered the last bit of composure I had left. So, she found out. My eyes burned with unshed tears as I glared at Ethan. At that moment, his grip loosened, and he walked out, knocking over the girl who had followed him in. I walked up to her. If you keep harassing me, I'll make sure you get served with court papers, and trust me, you'll lose. Badly. The girl pouted. It's your fault. Ethan hasn't paid me any attention in days. I thought about how quickly Ethan moved on from one woman to another. He's never had a shortage of women. You know that. She suddenly screamed, losing control. I turned back, walked inside, and shut the door. Chapter 4. When I left the nursing home, I felt lost. Mom's gentle smile echoed in my mind. She had stroked my hair and said, My Leela has grown up, but more than anything, I want you to be happy. As I walked away, I thought I heard her murmuring something to herself. Having barely eaten over the past 2 days due to anxiety, my stomach was starting to hurt. At the hospital, after taking my pulse, the doctor's expression grew serious. Did you know you're pregnant? I was stunned. Doctor, could you check again? I've always had difficulty conceiving. Thinking back to my late period, my heart started to pound with cautious hope. Let's run some tests to be sure. Following the nurse through various exams, it was finally confirmed I was 2 months pregnant. I stared at the report in my hand and gently touched my belly. Suddenly, all the pain I had been carrying seemed to melt away. This was a new life, one that I was nurturing inside me. That night, I woke up to someone's hand roaming over me. In the moonlight, I realized it was Ethan. "Ethan, stop." My words seemed to anger him, and he pinned me down, kissing me harshly. "Let go of me." Ethan grabbed my wrist tighter, raising his voice. "What's wrong? Acting all innocent now after seeing your first love? Leela, what do you think he'd say if he saw you begging me like this? I heard his gambling father left him with a mountain of debt. Do you believe I can get him out of the picture with just one call?" I bit my lip, rage simmering beneath my skin. "Ethan, I have nothing to do with him anymore. There's no need to take this out on him." "Nothing to do with him? Then why did you meet him? You're impossible." Ethan sneered, ignoring my struggle, and tore my clothes. "No. Ethan, stop it." "Why?" "Because he's back, and now I'm not allowed to touch you? You still like him, don't you?" As he was about to force himself on me, I gathered all my strength, freed one hand, and slapped him hard across the face. "I'm pregnant." Ethan froze, his voice filled with fury. "Whose kid is it?" That was it. I was done. 5 years of marriage had all been a lie. Tears filled my eyes as the taste of blood lingered in my mouth from biting down on my lip too hard. I screamed. "Get out! Get out!" Ethan slammed the door as he left, and I collapsed, hugging the blanket as I sobbed uncontrollably. Chapter 5. Morning sickness overwhelmed me, making each day almost unbearable. But despite it all, I felt happy. Folding the baby's tiny clothes, I whispered softly, "Baby, Mommy can't wait to meet you. Be good, okay?" Life is such a miraculous thing, something to both revere and look forward to with hope. My phone buzzed. It was Ethan. "Leela, I was wrong. I shouldn't have treated you like that. Can you forgive me?" I frowned, unsure of what game Ethan was playing this time. "I really do like the baby. I think I'll make a good father. Leela, are you still mad at me?" I sighed, giving in. "Ethan, I'm not mad." "Great! I'm so glad to hear that. But I'm drunk right now. Can you come pick me up? I promise, we'll live better from now on." I hesitated but agreed. This was the first time in years Ethan had admitted fault. I hailed a taxi and headed to the bar. The moment I stepped inside, everyone's eyes were on me except Ethan's. He sat on the couch, arm draped around Sophie, looking entirely sober. My heart raced, and I turned to leave, but someone blocked my path. "Hey, you're here already. Why not have a drink?" My lips tightened as I glared at Ethan. "Ethan! What is this?" "Whoa, Mrs. Ethan, no need to get all worked up. You know stress isn't good for the baby." Sophie's smug smile stretched across her to perfect face. They pushed me towards the table, and Ethan finally looked up at me. "Leela, everyone's waiting. You can't just not drink, you'll embarrass me. Ethan, you've lost your mind." He stood, bracing himself on the table, locking eyes with me. "Lost my mind? Yeah, maybe for letting you mess around with another man and get pregnant with his bastard." Pain shot through me like a knife. "The baby is yours. Mine? Leela, you've got no shame, do you? You think I'm going to raise Nathan's kid? Dream on." Suddenly, one of the men grabbed a bottle and tried to force it to my lips. I clenched my teeth, but the alcohol mixed with the taste of blood as it seeped in. "Make her take the pills too," Ethan said coldly. I shook my head frantically. "Ethan, no! You can't do this. This is our baby." Ethan stepped closer, lifting my chin roughly. Tears blurred my vision as I clung to his shirt. "I can't have another child, Ethan. Please, I'm begging you. Let him live. Ethan, I'm begging." His expression softened for a moment, but then he tightened his grip on my jaw and poured the drink mixed with the pills into my mouth. I hate you. I hate you. Shh, it's okay. Drink it and everything will be fine. We'll live better after this. That afternoon felt endless, so long that I wished for the release of death. When it was finally over, Sophie crouched beside me, sneering. Don't think you can hold on to your position because of this baby. My ears rang, and my vision blurred until everything went dark. Chapter 6. I had a long dream. In the dream, I saw my romance with Nathan, Ethan's crazy pursuit, my parents' car accident, Grandpa Ethan's constant support, our marriage before his death, Mom's gentle smile wishing me happiness, Ethan's endless stream of lovers, and Ethan forcing me to take those pills. Pain! So much pain. When I finally woke up, all I saw was white, and the sharp smell of disinfectant filled the air. Leela, you're awake. I saw Nathan by my bedside. Is my baby? Nathan's face darkened. The miscarriage was incomplete. You just had a procedure. I nodded. I still couldn't save this poor life. It also meant that I was unlikely to ever become a mother. Was it Ethan? Don't say anything. I turned my head away, tears soaking into my pillow. Nathan stayed with me for 2 days in the hospital. Just when we were about to leave, more bad news hit. What? Which hospital? Sensing something was wrong, I stared at Nathan. Leela, you must stay calm. Your mom, she took her own life. In an instant, my world spun and shattered into pieces. Mom had been decisive, leaving no chance for survival. She didn't leave me any hope either. The funeral was bleak. Drizzling rain fell on Mom's favorite white lilies, creating a sorrowful sound. I knelt there, surrounded by silence. I had cried myself hoarse. In just a few days, I was left completely alone. Chapter 7. I returned to the nursing home to sign the papers. The nurse handed me a photo. It was a family photo from years before the accident. On the back it read, "My dearest Leela, I'm sorry for dragging you down." Tears welled up again, but the words on the back made me calm. Mom was getting better. Why would she suddenly take her own life? I grabbed the nurse's hand, noticing her eyes were also moist. Miss Leela, I'm so sorry. I didn't know this would happen when I left. It's my fault, I'm sorry. Looking at the girl my age who had cared for Mom, I asked, Lily, how was Mom's mood before you left? Lily shook her head, her voice cracking. She was fine. She even reminded me to rest and not overwork myself. Then, as if remembering something, she added, but she was unusually quiet after meeting a woman. She said it was your friend and your mom agreed to see her, so I left. I was shocked. Take me to the security footage. The woman in the footage was Sophie. The sound was faint, but her words were crystal clear. You must be Leela's mother. You're not Leela's friend. I saw you with Ethan the other day. Didn't expect you to have such a sharp memory for an old woman. Let's cut to the chase. You better tell your daughter to divorce Ethan. She walks around pretending to be a saint, but all she's doing is begging Ethan for money. She even tried to use that pregnancy to secure her place, but that baby, it's gone now. Mom's reaction was immediate. What did you do to my Leela? Calm down, old lady. Nothing much. She refused to cooperate with taking the pills, so we just had to push a little harder. Oh, and take a look at this. Once your daughter's out of the picture, I'll take her place. Sophie tossed a phone to my mom. I didn't need to guess, it was full of intimate photos of Ethan and her. Lastly, she snatched the phone back with a handkerchief, sneering. You've been quite the burden on Ethan, haven't you? Having to take care of such a large baggage. My fingers turned white from clenching. Chapter 8. A week later, I threw the divorce papers on Ethan's office desk. Ethan was nowhere to be found. I glanced around, picked up a baseball bat, and began smashing things. Someone tried to stop me, but I coldly said, The company's changing hands. Be smart and stay out of it. Finally, I walked out over the scattered debris. Paradise Bar was still full of life, a whirl of lights and indulgence. I pushed open a private room door, and Sophie was inside, drinking. "Who's this woman? She's quite a looker," one of the men said, pushing Sophie aside and eyeing me with interest. Sophie's face twisted in anger. "What are you doing here, you crazy woman? I warned you, Sophie. Bother me again, and you're dead." I tossed a bag of cash onto the table. "Hold her down and the money's yours." The men and women exchanged looks, and in less than 3 seconds, they pinned Sophie down. Money really does make the world go round. "Leela! Let me go!" "Boss, should we close the door?" the same leering man asked. I sat down on the sofa, crossing my legs. "No need. A hero will arrive soon enough. Bring 50 bottles of the strongest liquor." In no time, the drinks arrived. "Here's the alcohol, boss. Pick one to start with." "Leela! You're insane!" A man slapped Sophie. "Pick one. Quit talking so much." He gave me a look, trying to curry favor. Satisfied, I smiled. "If you don't want to choose, then drink them all. After all, our dear Sophie can hold her liquor well." The men forced drink after drink down her throat. I walked over, leaning in close. "Tsk. How do you expect to keep charming Ethan after this?" Sophie coughed violently, her eyes pleading. "Please, Leela, I'm sorry. Let me go. You didn't let me go back then." I lifted her chin, meeting her gaze. "Don't rush. The hero hasn't arrived yet." I waved my hand. "Don't stop. Sophie still has time to drink some more." By the time they were forcing down the last bottle, Ethan appeared at the door. "Leela? What the hell are you doing?" Sophie looked up, as if seeing her savior. "Ethan, please, save me." But Ethan didn't even glance at her. He slapped the divorce papers down on the table. "Are you blind? Divorce papers mean divorce, Mr. Ethan. The office? That was my parting gift to you. Did you like it? Sophie has been waiting for you. You could at least take a look at her." Ethan's face flushed with anger as he glared at me. "What does she have to do with me?" Sophie's face went pale, and she collapsed, her body going limp. Satisfied with the scene, I decided it was time to leave. "Leela, you have no right to divorce me." I ignored him and began to walk out. Ethan grabbed my hand, his grip tightening. "I'm not letting you divorce me," I coldly replied. "Impossible. If you divorce me, I'll cut off the payments to the nursing home. Your mom is still in there." So, this was his final card? I remembered the last words Mom had left me. I turned and slapped Ethan hard across the face, leaving a vivid red mark. "My mom is dead. Killed by you and your mistress. You're a murderer. You don't deserve to even mention her." Ethan stood frozen, speechless. Suppressing my pain, I added, "Don't worry, Ethan. Your turn is coming." As I walked past Sophie, I looked down at her with cold contempt. "This isn't over, Sophie." Chapter 9. A few days later, Sophie came to find me. With a loud thud, she knelt before me. "Leela, please, I beg you, let me go." "What's the matter, Sophie?" "Upset because I haven't invited you out for drinks these past few days. I can't escape your people. I haven't eaten in days. I know this is my punishment, and I was wrong. I was delusional. I shouldn't have tried to take Mrs. Chow's place." I let out a cold laugh. "Mrs. Chow? When did I ever care about that? Sophie, you still don't understand your mistake." Sophie became frantic. "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone to your mother. It's all my fault. Please, forgive me." Thinking about my hardworking, kind mother, I wondered who ever forgave her. I took Sophie to my mother's grave. Weren't you here to apologize? She immediately knelt down and began bowing, her head hitting the ground repeatedly in the silence of the cemetery. I didn't know how long she kept at it, but soon, blood began to seep from her forehead. I tossed her a handkerchief. Don't dirty my mother's flowers. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Sophie kept bowing. A clap of thunder echoed through the sky. Karma always finds its way. Get lost. And don't ever show your face to me again. Sophie froze, then whispered. Thank you, Leela. I'm sorry. She quickly got up and ran off. The cemetery returned to its eerie silence. Chapter 10. Grace found my pregnancy report and questioned Ethan on one of his rare visits home. Ethan, Leela is pregnant? That wretched girl is pregnant and keeping it a secret. Probably with some other man. But it's been over 2 months. Why isn't she showing yet? Hearing this, Ethan snatched the report from Grace's hands. 2 months? She was already 2 months pregnant back then. Nathan hadn't even returned to the country yet. That baby is mine. Ethan stormed out, desperately searching for me. Grace shouted after him. What about Nathan? The baby is yours? Where are you going? Ethan found me at a bar. He pushed the male model sitting beside me. Get lost. Who gave you permission to touch her? The model, irritated by the rough treatment, grumbled. Who's this crazy guy? Ethan grabbed my hand. Leela, the baby was mine. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Mr. Ethan? You just chased away my companion. Ethan's hands trembled. Leela, please don't do this to me. I was wrong. We can have another baby. Please, forgive me. I pulled my hand away. I can't have another baby, Ethan. And we're over. There's nothing left. He shook his head, a pitiful expression crossing his face in desperation. No. We're not getting divorced. We'll be fine. I'm begging you, Leela. Ethan, living with someone who killed my child and mother is unbearable. I feel sick just looking at you. Please, Leela. I'm sick. You know I have a disorder. I had no choice. Stop using your illness as an excuse. Even if you died, I wouldn't forgive you. Do you know why I married you? It wasn't for love. It was out of gratitude. Your grandfather saved my mother's life. And because of your illness, I've been trapped all these years. Otherwise, why else would you have never known my mom was in a nursing home? I pity you. You're nothing but a sad, pathetic man. Do you really think you could ever compare to Nathan? I hit him where it hurt, each word cutting deeper. Ethan was stunned, speechless for a moment, then he shouted. I'm not pathetic. You did love me once. Pathetic, and still unable to face the truth? Ethan's anger flared up. What do you get out of this? Selling off everything just to spite me? How can you be so cruel? Cruel? Compared to you, I'm merciful. For 5 years, I endured your endless women, your mother's insults, and completely disconnected from the world. Now, you want me to endure the loss of my child and my mother's death. I stood up to leave. Ethan screamed after me. You're divorcing me to be with Nathan, aren't you? In that moment, I was done. Ethan, you never believed me. You never believed I truly loved you. You never believed I could feel hurt. I remembered the young Ethan carefully holding a cake, his white school uniform dotted with mud stains. Leela, that shop closed down, but I ran so far to convince the owner to make this cake just for you. Try it. His eyes were filled with pure, youthful love. But I never looked back. Chapter 11. Ethan's company stock plummeted, and before long, it was on the verge of bankruptcy. The Collins family estate had already been seized, and Grace, dragging her discarded suitcase, glanced back longingly. I stepped out of the car. Mrs. Collins moving? Need a hand? Grace lunged at me. I dodged, and she fell heavily to the ground, her bulky frame crashing down. You crazy woman! You ruined my family! You said it's your family. What does it have to do with me? She struggled to stand, aiming to hit me. I intercepted her hand and slapped her first. Mrs. Collins, take care of yourself. I turned to leave, while Grace, in a fit of rage, tore at her hair like she had gone mad. 5 years ago, on the day I married Ethan, Grace slapped me because I hadn't drawn her bath. I still remembered her words. You filthy woman, how dare you set foot in our family? The Collins family, huh? Finally getting what they deserve. I visited the cemetery again, bringing fresh flowers for my mom. Mom, I miss you. Ethan ran over, his recent troubles leaving him gaunt and disheveled. Leela! Please forgive me. I've heard that too many times. Ethan fell to his knees at my feet. A grown man, crying. Please. Let me go, I'm begging you. I sneered, grabbing a fistful of his hair and slamming his head to the ground. The sound echoed through the cemetery. If you want mercy, show me some sincerity. Ethan, snot and tears streaming down his face, kowtowed. Your little mistress kowtowed louder than that. Where's the sincerity? I'm sincere. I really am. Listen, I'm kowtowing hard. Another loud thud. I shook my head. Is that all you've got? Blood mixed with dirt, and Ethan's forehead was smeared with mud. Ethan, do you know what I regret most? My biggest regret is not divorcing you the first time you cheated. I blamed your behavior on your disorder, but I forgot this is who you really are. Ethan looked up at me. Leela, I truly love you. I know I messed up. You don't love me. You're obsessed. I sighed. Leave and don't ever come near me again. If you do, I'm afraid I won't be able to stop myself from killing you. Ethan's voice shook. Do you really hate me that much? Yes. Ethan left, like a stray dog. A few days later, the news reported that a man had been arrested for assault. Later, he was forcibly committed to a psychiatric hospital. I recognized the disheveled man as Ethan. It was all over. I started a new business, and Nathan helped me set up the studio. Years went by, but Nathan remained by my side, always. Hey, Leela, how about this for the desk? Nathan held up a pair of little dolls, smiling. In that moment, I could almost see my mother smiling at me. She said, Leela, be happy.